I would walk into the bathroom, I just felt water coming down. And I said, I know I didn't piss myself. 9 o'clock, I was just sitting in the waiting room, waiting to get a bed. That's the thing, guys. They didn't have any bed. They didn't have any bed ready for me. She saw me come back and she was like, I'm not looking after her because she's not ready. And she walked out. She walked out and didn't even look at me because she claimed I was not ready to give. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, I will be doing something different. Here, look at this. So I will be doing something different. I will be telling you guys talking about my pregnancy journey and signs, symptoms, and showing y'all never before seen photos and videos of my pregnancy. Okay guys, so my pregnancy journey, when I found out I was pregnant, I found out like real soon, guys. I think I found out when I was maybe 4 weeks or less. 4 weeks or less. All right, the story is, guys, I'm never late. Like, I'm always on time, always. If I came, like, I believe I was 28 cycle, 20 something like 20 something like that, but I'm always early, never late. Like, it comes on the day before or the day after the previous month, every month, on time, even the same time of the day, every month. So when I missed my period and I didn't come on that month, I knew right there and then that something was not right. So of course I was nervous, and because it's not like I had planned or was ready for her child at the time. I really wasn't. So I missed my period and I was nervous. I called my husband up and I was like, okay, I'm late. And he was like, it's still early. It's still early in the month. Maybe you will come on further down in the month. And I was like, yeah, okay. I wasn't having it. So I was ready to go to the pharmacy, ready to go buy a test, because I knew something was wrong. I wasn't having any symptoms or anything like that, but I just knew that, okay, this is it. Like, I am pregnant. Ain't no question about it, because I'm late. And he remember telling me to wait until the end of the month or the following month, and I was like, okay, then this is a 28th day. No, hold on, let me backtrack. I'm like, okay, this is the 26th day, because I remember I went to the pharmacy the 26th, because it was 2 days left before the month was to end. And I went to I didn't take the test until I believe I took it the 27th, because I bought it to take it on the 1st of the following month, but anxiety was killing me and I ended up taking it the following day. So I took the test on the 27th, and normally they say to wait 5 minutes before you see anything. Guys, as soon as I peed on that stick, both lines came up. So I knew it didn't even take a minute, and it was showing both lines. So I said, okay, then this is it. I knew I was done. Fast forward, I went to the doctor's appointment. I made an appointment to see the doctors the following week, because it was a weekend. And I went to the doctors, and when I went to the doctors, they had me do another test, pregnancy test, that came positive. They had me schedule a I think I did the ultrasound that same day. And they said I was 8 weeks pregnant at the time when I did the ultrasound. And let me see, Yeah, I was 8 weeks pregnant at the time when I did the ultrasound. And after that, of course, you know, you have to go to the doctors every, I believe it was every month leading up to your pregnancy. You had to go to the doctor's appointment every month leading up to your, until it was closer to your due date. It was like twice a month or every week, something. I don't remember completely. But I was going to the doctor. I was supposed to be going. I was sorry guys. I was supposed to be going to the doctor twice a month, but I ended up, sorry, I was supposed to be going to the doctor once a month, but I ended up going to the doctor like two, 3 times a month. Because at the time when the doctor I had, I think she just wanted it for the money. Like, she was scamming me, guys. She was literally scamming me, because she she was telling me that my cervix was, what she said, something about cervix low, something like that, cervix low. So she was putting me in iris. So I had to keep coming to her. Instead of once a month, I had to go to her like 2 times a month for her to keep checking me, just in case she said that I need to be on bed rest, or they might have to schedule or stitch up my cervix, something like that. I don't remember, long story short. Anyways, I think she was scamming me, because it was, at the time, it, to see her, like, she charged like $1,000 more than the other doctors would charge to see them, because she said she at the time she was the head nurse for the hospital, but this was a private doctor's office. So she was charging me like way more, 2 times the amount that the other doctors would be charging, and I had to keep going to her like twice a month for 9 months. So it was a lot of money wasted, but I don't regret any of it, because I just wanted to know that my baby was safe and I was going to be safe. Because of course, when I found out I was pregnant, now, okay, all the worries gone, and I've started to feel excited, because my face was glowing. I wasn't having any symptoms. I wasn't having any, like, nothing, guys. I had no morning sickness. I had no aches. I had no pains. I had no cramps. I was sleeping like a baby. The only thing, guys, to tell you the truth, the only symptom I had as a pregnancy symptom was sleeping. Like, I couldn't keep my eyes open for nothing. I feel that as I woke up, I wanted to go back to sleep. Like, I just couldn't stay awake. And I was like this for the first trimester. Throughout the entire first trimester, I just couldn't keep my eyes open for nothing. But that was the only thing. I pretty much could eat anything and everything. I was happy about that, because you guys know I love food and I love to eat. So the fact that I could eat all the things that I love still was just amazing. I did not have any morning sickness, so I never threw up, and I thank God for that, because that's one of my pet peeves. Like, I hate throwing up, guys. I hate it. I feel like I'm dying whenever I throw up. So I really hated that. So I didn't have to throw up. I didn't gain any weight. As a matter of fact, I didn't even look pregnant. I believe my belly literally grew overnight. Like, it moved from, and I'm gonna insert some clips of my belly through my pregnancy on the screen, but my belly literally grew overnight. I believe I started showing when I was 8 months. That's when I really started showing, and my belly just popped. It just shoot overnight. I just woke up one morning and I was like, I was from here to out here. like literally. But that was it. I remember going to the hospital. Now, guys, my labor and delivery story is another thing. Like, it's crazy. I had no symptoms for my entire 9 months. I had no cravings. I didn't gain any weight. I didn't have any pimples or any skin different skin pigment of whatever sort, because I know some people like, when it was time for me to give birth. Now, this is a story, guys. When it was time for me to give birth, we were thinking about doing it privately, but then all the nurses And the doctors at that hospital, they said, don't do it, it's not worth it, because they wanted God knows how many hundreds of thousands of dollars. And my husband still wouldn't have been able to be in the room with us while we were giving birth. I don't think that was dumb, but we still wanted to do it either way, because I wanted him to be there for him to film it and everything. But the doctors and the nurses, they told us, do not do it, it's not worth it. She will still be in the room with someone, with other people, and you may still not be able to enter the room, so you just pay the money for no reason. Of course, that was a bummer, but we are glad that they told us this, because they could have just taken the money still and not tell us anything, and just when the day come, they just said, okay, you can come in, because you do have greedy people like that. So we're thankful that we met some great nurses and doctors who just told us. And she was my doctor either way, from me going to her for months leading up to my at a private office for months leading up to my pregnancy. So we had a really good relationship, and they told us, don't do it, it's not worth it. Anyways, and she won't even be there when I gave birth. But that the day I was ready to give birth, is that what it's called? When I was going through contractions, my water broke. I remember I got up to pee. It was Wednesday morning, 4 a.m. I'm not going to forget, because I look on the time. It was 4 a.m. I felt like I had to pee. I got up and I was walking to the bathroom. On my way walking to the bathroom, I just felt water coming down. And I said, I know I didn't piss myself. Sorry, I said it to myself, I know I didn't piss myself. But I wasn't in any pain. I didn't feel any cramps. I didn't feel any contractions. Nothing. So I woke my husband up and I was like, okay then. My water just broke. My water just broke. And he was like, are you sure? So he got up and he looked, and there you go, my water broke. So I remember calling my mom, and I think I called my sisters, and I told them my water broke, but I wasn't feeling any pain at all. So they said to go to the hospital. Of course, we went to the hospital. They couldn't find my docket. That's one. So we were there for hours. Thank God I wasn't in any pain at all, and I didn't have any contractions. So they couldn't find my docket. Of course, my husband is from a foreign country, so he had no clue what he was doing or where to go or any of that. So I had to be doing all of that. Thank God again I wasn't feeling any contraction, or I wasn't in any pain, because that would have been another story. So I had to be going back and forth trying to find my docket to take to the doctors and blah 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 and all of that. God was really on my side through my entire pregnancy, guys. Like, I literally believe that it was God who was on my side through my entire pregnancy, why it went so smooth through the entire 9 months, and why my labor was so smooth. Like, it was really the best pregnancy anyone could ask for. Like, growing up hearing stories got me scared, thinking that I don't want to have a child, because I heard all these weird stories of pregnancy stories that other people had. Cravings, people eating poop, dog poop, chicken poop. Yeah, I'm from Jamaica, so people be doing that. People be eating cigarette hashes. People be eating charcoal. People be eating a lot of stuff when they were pregnant due to pregnancy cravings. Thank God I didn't have any of those again. But back to the labor story. So they finally found my docket, and they had us sitting in the waiting room for hours, up on top of hours. Like, I went in because remember my water broke at 4 a.m. in the morning, and I believe we got to the hospital at 6. It was before 7, so we got to the hospital at 6. This was Wednesday morning, 6 a.m. and at 9 p.m. I was still sitting in the waiting room. Still, my husband, he was tired as hell. He had to be sitting up. He couldn't be in the room on bench with me, so I had to be in another area because it was filled with other pregnant women and blah blah blah, who was either had high risk pregnancies or was in labor. I was having contraction, whatever. But he had to be in another room, and I remember going to check on him, and he was there knocked out. But of course, who wouldn't be? He was there all that morning. We were there from 6 in the morning, and at 9 o'clock I was just sitting in the waiting room waiting to get a bed. That's the thing, guys, they didn't have any bed. They didn't have any bed ready for me, so they had to wait until other persons got discharged so that they could give me a bed. Anyways, I got a bed, thank God. Again, I wasn't in any pain, even though my water broke. So my water broke, went there, couldn't find my docket. I had to run around. Thank God I wasn't in pain, looking for my docket. They finally found my docket, brought it back to the nurses, midwives, those people who deliver babies, brought it back to them. What else? So they test me to see how far I was dilated. I think I was at 1 centimeter when my water broke, and I was at 1 centimeter for even at 9 o'clock, even at 9 p.m. I was still at 1 centimeter dilated. Even at 11 p.m. I was at 1 centimeter dilated. So that for the whole day when my water broke, I was only at 1 centimeter dilated. So of course they said I wasn't ready to give birth. I wasn't in labor. So they were thinking about inducing me. And man, I started to fret because I hear all these, you're going to be in so much pain if they induce you, blah, blah, blah. So I called my mom, and she was saying, don't let them induce you. And she was telling me about drinking drinking time tea or time juice, something like that. But I was like, where am I supposed to get that? To myself, I'm like, where am I gonna get time juice now in the midst of me being in labor? But thank God they didn't induce me. So fast forward, they gave me a bed, and my husband had to leave. Of course, he had to leave and go back to the house. And he did that. I don't know how he slept because I didn't sleep that night at all because of the other ladies who were, why? I'm sorry, guys. They were like, they would be so extra. And I remember the nurse saying, because they were those nurses, some of them were good, but they were just so horrible. The nurses was like, you better shut up, ain't nothing wrong with you, you're only 1 centimeter dilated and you acting like that. But I'm not gonna lie, guys, she was I think she was young. She was going crazy, disturbing everybody. And this was like 1 a.m. in the morning, and she was going crazy, disturbing everybody, just bawling and screaming and squealing. I was like, when they said that she was at 1 centimeter, I was like, oh no, she can't be in that much pain, screaming and acting like that. And by now, I believe I was at 3 centimeters by now, because the last time they checked me, I was now at 3 centimeters. So I was now starting to dilate real fast. No, after being at 1 centimeter all day, I was now starting to dilate real fast. So where was I? So at now I was at 3 centimeters dilated, and I told, because by now I was feeling all the contractions, guys. I was feeling it, but I was just laying there, and because I remember doing my research on Google, and they say to save my energy for when it's time to push. So don't cry, don't do what. So if you feel in pain, just hold it in. And guys, I didn't know I was that strong. I did not know I was that strong, because when that pain hit, I was just there taking in deep breaths, and I was just and thinking about Jesus. That's all I was doing. And guys, it worked. And I remember the lady beside me, like, she had children before, so she knew, even though I wasn't making any noise, or she knew that it was time for me to go. And she looked at me, and she said, you're in pain, because we were talking before. That's one thing, though. Jamaicans, they're so friendly. We are friendly people, even if we don't know you. So we didn't know each other from anywhere, but we became like pals that night, even though I haven't heard from her or seen her ever since then. But we became pals that night. And I remember she looked at me, she was like, "You're in pain?" And I said, "Yes, yes, I am." And she said, "You want me to take you down to the room?" Guys, I missed something. Before that, when I was at 3 centimeters, I went to the labor room because the doctor told me to go. And when I went there, this doctor was like, "Oh, you're not ready. You're not ready. You need to get out. Get out and go back to your bed or your room or whatever." Guys, that's not a room. As my husband was saying, when my husband came in the morning to look for me, and it was like, "Oh, she's in room 50. My husband was like, "No, that's not a room. Miss, that's not a room. That's a space." That is a space, because all there is a bed in a space with a curtain. That is still so funny until this day. He was like, I was like, "You really said that? You did have to say it," because he has zero filters, guys, zero filters. So he just bluntly said to the nurses, "That's not a room." And he was arguing with them. He was like, "That's not a room, it's a space." Anyways, guys, back to the story. But I felt bad. She don't just tell me to just get out like that. Just get out. Like, you don't know what I'm feeling. Anyways, when it was no time, after back notes, when the lady asked if she wanted me to help, because at this point I couldn't walk. I could not walk. She had to throw me over her shoulders, and she literally held me up and walked me to the living room, to the decks area, where I told them that I was in pain and whatever, and they sent me to the living room, and they checked me, they put me on the monitor and everything. They checked me, they said I was dilated. Like, at this point now, I think I was at 7 or 8 centimeters or 10, I don't remember, dilated, and I was moving fast. Like, it went from 3 to 7 in less than 2 hours. So no, the doctor checked me, and the doctor said, "Okay, you're ready. You need to go to the delivery room." Remember, I went there before, earlier in the night, so I had my basins and stuff with my stuff there, and the baby's change of clothes, everything was already in the delivery room, because they had me left it there instead of bringing it back to my space, my room, whatever they call it, as my husband would say, this my space, where my bed was. But yeah, so went to the room. Now this doctor that told me to get out earlier in the night, she saw me come back, and she was like, "I'm not looking after her because she's not ready." And she walked out. She walked out and didn't even look at me, because she claimed I was not ready to give birth. So there was this lady was cleaning, the cleaning lady. I'm talking about that. I feel so bad, guys, just thinking about that experience. And the lady that was cleaning, she said she was in the office with the machine. She was in the room with the machine and everything. Because at this point, I was going through maternity pads, like, it was just, oh, like, I don't know if it was the water, because I remember my water broke from the morning before, because this was not Thursday morning. And I was just going, like, I had to keep changing maternity pad, and I had to double them up, and I had to be changing them like every hour, doubled. And the doctor checked me, and the doctor was like, "Okay, you're ready. You need to go to the delivery room right now." So I went in there, because my stuff was already there. I didn't have to go back to the bed, because my stuff was already in the delivery room. My stuff was already in the delivery room. And when I went to the delivery room, as I said, the doctor just walked out. So she's not looking after me because I'm not ready. Mind you, guys, I couldn't walk. I was bleeding like crazy. I was in so much pain that I couldn't even move. It was just unbearable pain. And the cleaning lady was in the room with me when the doctor put me on the machine. And so I believe he said she said I was dilating so fast that I need to go to the room right now. And he said, "I'm ready. You can have this baby any minute now." So the cleaning lady was in the room, and the cleaning lady, when she heard her say that, she said to the doctor, "No, I was in the room when the doctor put her on the machine, and the doctor said that she's ready. She is now at, I think, I can't remember if it was 7 or 9 or 10 centimeters, between 7 to 10, between 7 to 10 centimeters dilated. And the lady said she's ready. Thank God for that lady. Like, God put people in places at the right time, because had it not been for that lady, I probably would have given birth going back to the bed, and my baby would probably have died, or maybe I would have died in childbirth, because this was my first child, my first pregnancy, my first everything. Like, I didn't know anything, and it was late in the morning. Like, most people were asleep. All the other pregnant ladies were asleep, and the nurses were damn near sleeping, because you know, when it's night shift, they should be awake and working, but they're taking a nap and chatting on the phone or doing all manner of evil. So thank God for that cleaning lady again. So the doctor said, go on the bed. She gave me a bed and I lay down. There was this other lady who done had 5 kids before. She done had 5 kids before the one that she's about to have. Now the doctor, of course, is her alone, because the other doctor left. So it's her alone now, and it's now 3 or 4 of us in the room ready to give birth. The doctor said, okay, I'm coming to you. And she kept saying, I'm coming. And I just kept thinking about the Lord, taking in my deep breaths. Because the pain, guys, the pain. And all she kept saying is, because she can hear me. She can hear me over there, because it's been a long time at this point now, because when I went in there, it was about 4 or 5 o'clock, and she kept saying that she's coming. And now it was 8:30, and she still hasn't been there. She still hadn't come, guys. She was right next door to me. Like, I could see her, but I couldn't see her through the curtain, but I could like hear the other lady, and she was saying, you need to push, you need to breathe, you need to. The lady had 5 kids before. You're a grown-ass woman acting like a damn 17-year-old giving birth, closing your legs and shit, having me being in unbearable pain when I could have been get this over with. I was so pissed at the lady, and I didn't even know her. But anyways, after 2-3 hours of the doctor trying to get her to stop closing her legs and push the damn child out, it finally happened. Then when she was about to come to me, this other lady came back in. Like, they had to rush her back in with the ambulance. Had to bring her back in, because she had just given birth at home, and the baby, the umbilical cord was still attached to the baby. No, I remember this lady, because I think she had 3 kids before. So she came in and she said she's ready. But I think, like me, she was only 1 centimeter dilated when she came. So, and they sent her back home. They sent her back home saying that she wasn't ready. So she went home and she nearly gave birth on the bus going back home, because we talked after she gave birth and everything. And I was shocked. She said as she reached home, before she even walked through the door, the baby just came out. So she had to rush back to the hospital, and they had to cut the umbilical cord. But of course, she left. They sent her home right after she gave, after they cut the umbilical cord and cleaned up the baby and stuff. They sent her home after that. No, I was still waiting. It was now 9, 10 o'clock. I don't even know. And I still haven't given birth yet. And I've been in labor since 4, like, I've been 7, 10 centimeters dilated since 4. So mind you, my daughter was ready to come out. So when the doctor finally came to me now, she said, she gave me an injection. Why she gave me the injection, I don't know. Because that injection has left me in pain ever since. Like, I remember after I left the hospital and we went home, I was walking like a cripple. Like, I was walking, limping and pulling my leg. Guys, I'm laughing, but it's so funny. Even though my hip still hurts, that leg that she gave me the injection in still hurts. I don't know why she decided, because I didn't ask for the injection, and it was not to make because I know they said you can get epidural to make the labor easier, but that was not epidural, and I didn't ask for any. I didn't request, and she didn't tell me she was giving me any, so it was not that. And I think epidural goes in your back or something like that, and she gave me the shot in my leg. Why she did it, I don't know. But it has left me in I think it damaged a muscle in my leg ever since. And so now I gave birth, and I gave birth to a beautiful bouncing, I think she was 7 pounds 12 ounces. And when she came out, guys, I had to rub my eyes. Because I'm saying, okay, maybe I'm tired and I'm seeing doubles. Because when she came out, she looked like a boy. She was the spitting image of her dad. Like the spitting image. She had nothing for me. She had his entire face. And I was like, am I seeing doubles? Am I that sleepy? I had to rub my eyes to look again. But it was her. A mini. She was a mini version of her dad. A mini version of her dad. But yeah, she was born, she was healthy, she was beautiful, she came out smiling, she came out with her eyes open. She came out with her eyes open, she was smiling, she was talking baby talk. So yeah, she's always been a smart one ever since she was born, and she just has blessed everybody that came in contact with her, whether strangers or persons who know her personally. Everybody just seems to love her because of her personality, because of how smart she is, and she is adorably, not bragging or anything, guys, but she is honestly the most amazing baby I've known. Like, since the day she was born, she has blessed me abundantly, and I wouldn't change anything about her except her personality sometimes. Sometimes, because I think her personality is way too much for me, guys. But so I definitely probably would change that. But other than that, I wouldn't change a thing about her. I remember when we went to her 2 weeks doctor appointment for her checkup, and we were in the room, and the doctor was just so amazed. Like, she said she's been doing this for years, and she's come across so many different kids, and she was just so amazed by how advanced Tiana was at 2 weeks old. She was smiling, she was cooing, baby talk, as they say. She was so aware. She was so aware. Like, every turn you turn, she would turn with you. When the doctor was interacting with her, she was interacting like she was been here for months. And I remember she said her first word at 2 months old, like real word. I'm not talking no baby talk now, because she's been baby talking since day one. But she was saying a real word at 2 months old. She called me by my name at 2 months old, not Teresha, my pet name. I'm not gonna say it now because y'all know. But she called my pet name at 2 months old. And before she was 6 months old, she was calling Abby. She was saying Peter Gay. She was saying Rochelle. She was saying mom and dad at 6 months old. She was saying Akia at 6 months old, guys. My baby she been the best thing to us ever since the day she was born. I mean, she's been the best thing to me, of course, because she's been a wonderful baby through my pregnancy. Like, she didn't have me craving for nothing. She didn't have me throwing up. She didn't change my skin color. She didn't give me any excessive weight. Of course, I gained weight after I gave birth to her, but that's my doing, because I was just too greedy and couldn't stop shoving food down my mouth, junk down my mouth. So that has nothing to do with her. That's just me being greedy and lazy. Why I gained all this extra weight after I gave birth to her. But don't worry, guys. Don't worry. I'm coming back better than I was before. So guys, I hope you guys enjoy this little pregnancy / delivery story. I know I was rambling all over the place, but hope you guys enjoy it. And thank you so much for watching if you stayed around. And if you made it this far, leave a comment down below. Let me know how was your labor and delivery. How was your pregnancy? How was your labor and delivery story? Was it a good? Did you have a doctor from hell like I did? Well, she didn't really take care of me because she practically left, but she was a doctor from hell. I should have reported her, but I wasn't trying to be petty. But yeah, that was it. I hope you guys enjoy it, and if you like videos like this, leave a comment down and let me know. I can do more sit down videos because this is fun. It's fun. I like sharing my past with you guys, so I don't know, I might do another story time. I'm thinking about doing a story time how my husband and I met, but guys, I might do that. I might do that. Oh, just to update you guys, I haven't changed my upload schedule from 2 times a week. However, I've cut back down for personal reasons. For now, I will, and I'm trying to just upload on Wednesdays only. For now, I will resume regular upload schedules of twice a week between mid-October and mid-November. I will resume regular upload schedules of Mondays and Wednesdays, which is twice a week at 12 noon. So I'm still here, guys, still making content for you guys, but life is a bit hectic right now. So once a week until next month or early November. Excuse me, guys. So if there's any change before that, I'll definitely keep you guys updated and let you guys know. But it's still 12 p.m. Eastern time every Wednesdays, and soon to be Mondays again. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.